Hey everyone, welcome back. So in today's session, we'll discuss about Redis Cache, how the Redis Cache boost your microservices performance. We'll discuss about the basics, what is cache, okay, and what is the importance of cache in our architecture. Okay, we'll discuss in today's session, guys. Okay, please watch till end of the video. You will get the complete clear picture on Redis Cache, guys. Okay, now. So about the agenda, about the cache, like introduction to the Redis, what is Redis exactly, and then what is the importance of the Redis, and why performance is critical in microservices architecture. All the things we are going to discuss as well, guys. Okay. So why use especially for Redis, why it is a popular, and how Redis is useful in our microservices architecture? What are the common use cases, not only for cache purpose, for other use cases also we can use for the Redis, and Spring Boot with Redis in our Spring Boot application, what kind of annotations we should use, and performance comparison and real-time example. So this is the agenda for the Redis cache, guys. Okay. Now, so if anyone looking for the live training, you can reach out to our WhatsApp number. In the below there is a WhatsApp number you're able to see, right? Just you can ping WhatsApp, so our team will help you to join our the live sessions also, guys. Okay. Now, Redis means basically stands for remote dictionary server. That is usually a definition point of view, guys. It is a in memory key comma value data store. It is also like a database. Okay, database means it is kind of a catchy database, in memory database. That is the meaning. So if you take normal database like a rows, records, columns, in the Redis, the data we will be stored in the form of a key comma value. Okay. Now it will support the string data type, list, set, sorted set, streams, lot of data types also it will be support as well. And it is Redis is basically a open source in memory data structure store. Like if you take database, data will be stored on the disk, right? But Redis, everything will store in the memory, because the retrieval is very fast. So that's why the favorite choice for the caching in microservice architecture is the Redis, guys. It is not only for the caching, it is used for the session storage, messaging queues, real-time analytics purpose also we can use for the Redis here. Okay. Now, why performance is critical in microservice architecture here? Why? Because in microservices we will make multiple network calls. Once you divide your project into architecture, one microservice need to talk to another microservice. It is kind of a every network call and database call, it's kind of a response time is very high, guys. To avoid, like when you scale your application, when you get high traffic, okay, you should get data very fast. So that's why the performance is very important. Every request hitting the database means performance will be more. To avoid that, cache will come here to reduce the load in database and response time also here. So that's why performance is very critical as part of our microservices architecture here. Then what is cache exactly? What is the meaning? Means cache is nothing but storing frequently accessed data in the memory. Whichever data you want to, every time you need that data, whenever you need. So data should be, retrieval should be very fast when compared to database. Why? Because the database calls we can reduce, and if database calls are reduced means obviously a response time basically it will be improve and high throughput. It's like a short memory for your application, whichever recently used data which is closer to you, wherever it is required also here, guys. So that's why caching is important. So Caching, we have different types of caches. We have one of the cache, this is called Redis in memory microseconds latency. Here high throughput means millions of operations per second you can perform. When you scale also, it will be Redis we can make as a cluster ready. And TTL also, we have time to live for cache. Like you some data you want to keep into Redis, I don't want to keep like a longer run, like half an hour, 1 hour, 24 hours. No, you can mention the time also, how much time you want to keep. That is about time to live for cache. So Redis, we can integrate with our Spring Boot, Node.js, Python, everywhere. We can use this specific Redis. Why? Because Redis is providing speed and flexibility. Data also can be automatically expire whenever cache refresh also will be happen. So with our modern microservices architecture, easily we can integrate also here. So Redis basically in microservice architecture where it will be useful. If you take our e-commerce application, you have a product microservice. Now, if someone cart microservice, we have guys. Before going to discuss this Redis, we are going to start new batch Spring Boot and microservices next week, 10th November. Daily 1 hour of session, all the modules with the real-time e-commerce application with the Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins, and DevOps skills also included here. So especially in this batch, limited seats, guys. If you are really looking for the live sessions, who are really interested, if you want to crack Java interviews, any questions, anything, you can join in this batch. And there is a WhatsApp number you are able to see here. Just you can in the description box also a registration link is available. You can register for demo session. This is our WhatsApp number. You can ping to our team if you have a more queries also. Okay. Yeah, if you see here, coming to our architecture, product microservice. Suppose you are fetching data from database. Imagine from the cart microservice, you are making API call for product MS. Or from order microservice, I want to make API call for product MS. From shipping microservice, I can make. From favorite microservice. So multiple services can talk to your product MS to retrieve the product details. If 1, 2, 3, 4 services into 100 users means how many requests? 400 requests per second means 400 times your database hit will happen. Instead of hitting same data, I can implement a mediator called cache. Whenever I got the data from database, first hit I will keep request into Redis. Next time, if anyone want the data retrieval will be very fast, I can implement Redis here so that everyone can utilize this Redis also here. Here, Redis we can use like a centralized Redis cache or individual services also. You can use this Redis cache also here. Like each microservices uses the Redis to store frequently accessed data. For best example, product search in the Flipkart or Amazon or Myntra. It can be separate Redis cache or shared Redis cache per service also here. Whenever you hit an API from gateway can talk to Redis and you can use any frequently data you have, you can. Why? Because each microservice either can have own Redis cache or a shared instance. Why? Because Redis will act as a quick access layer before using the database here. So you if implementing Redis, more performance for our application here, guys. Okay. Common use cases: database query caching, stored frequently query results. Means once you store the two data, I can store into Redis. Session storage, you can manage user sessions efficiently if you are going for session management. API response, you are making a third party API call. Same data you are making 100 times. Every time you are getting same response. When you see this kind of use case, you can implement Redis also here. And rate limiting, you can control number of requests per user, that kind of information. Queue and streams, event driven microservices with Redis streams, that also we can implement. These are all kind of a different kind of a use cases. Redis is not only for catching, it can handle queues, rate limiting, event streaming. It kind of a multi-purpose performance booster for our application as well. Coming to our Spring Boot integration, if you see, we need to run Redis as a Docker image, and you need to enable this annotation, enable caching to start our Redis functionality. And you want to fetch data from database. So whenever you are fetching, I'm using special annotation, catchable value and your primary key. It's kind of a ID for this product information, like a catchy, evict catchy, policy catchy, like a different kind of few more annotations we have, but the high level, these two are the main annotations to start for our catchy as well, guys. It's not like complex for the Redis part, guys. Basically, whenever your product is fetched for the first time, it's stored into Redis. Next time, data directly will from the cache, no database call at all here. Okay, but if you do the comparison, without Redis, if you take a database query 100 milliseconds, with Redis 2 milliseconds. API response, it may took 120 milliseconds. Here 15 milliseconds. Load on database is very fast without cache. So if you are using Redis, very low. Throughput low, and it will be high throughput here. Millions of requests you can handle as part of our performance here. So by introducing the Redis, drastically reduce database load and improving API performance time, guys. It leads better user experience and scalability purpose also. Like real-time example, you can get the product details from the cache. You can reduce the repeated database hits during the sales event or big billion days. It will be faster browsing, better customer experience here, guys. Whenever big billion day, thousands of requests you are getting for your application per second. So without cache, what will happen? Database will crash. So if you introduce Redis, it will be Redis helps your microservices scale very efficiently here, guys. That is the what we are. This is the Redis. How the Redis is important as part of the architecture here, guys. Okay, guys. If you are looking live sessions, don't miss about this training. It's a live training, live sessions, Monday to Saturday. If you have any questions, drop a message. Registration link will give in the description box, guys. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, guys.